Well, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, getting a late start. Usually if I leave for trips, I like to leave right around 5 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, so I get there very early in case I see a spot for a sunrise or whatever. But this trip wasn't planned. It's a beautiful sunny fall day. It's going to be about 75 degrees. The leaves are changing very quickly this year. It is the earliest that I've seen in a long time, and probably the earliest I've seen ever. I mean, we're not even in October yet, and there's a lot of places that are hitting peak already. We've had some cooler nights, we had some cool days. We've had a real drought, especially in northern New England, so a lot of the leaves are changing and they're turning brown right away. But yeah, we got places that are reporting peak foliage already in September, as far south as southern New Hampshire and southern Vermont. With it being a beautiful fall day, I decided, okay, I'm going to take a drive, head up towards the southern New Hampshire, looking at the Monadnock region, and we're just going to have a fall day. Didn't bring the e-bike. I looked at trails. There are a few around there, but they're dirt and gravel trails, and I have more of a road bike. Plus, they seem to be very short. Didn't really specify any parking places, so I'm just going to drive around, see what I see, record some fall foliage. Thought about going to Mount Monadnock. Still might do a couple of the trails up there. Don't know if I'm going to be able to hike to the summit because, as you know, I've been having some health issues, and especially with having a sciatica, I just can't hike like I used to. But hoping to get some good views and have a look around and just enjoy a fall day. Come along with me. So I'm in the Monadnock region of New Hampshire, over near Mount Monadnock. I turn on the road that leads up to the mountain, and the sign says the trailhead parking lot is full and there is no roadside parking. So we're gonna do some scouting around to see if there's other trails that I can take, and there's other open parking places. It's a little warm right now in the sun. It's 71 degrees, but the sun hitting you feels a lot warmer than that. So we're gonna look around. So far the foliage up here has been what I would call crispy. A lot of the stuff that is turning is very dry and starting to brown and fall from the trees already. But I'm still in the southern part of New Hampshire, so there's still a lot of greenery. But yeah, time to start scouting around. So I got turned around at the first trailhead. The main trailhead parking was totally full. They directed me to the Gilson Pond area, which is a campground, a pond, and another trail. The trail from here adds about 2.5 miles, but they said it's flat walking until you get to the Red Spot Trail, which takes you up to the summit. That little bit of a Red Spot Trail is where you're going to have the steepest climb, so I'm going to take my time there. And then the ridge line, once you get off the Red Spot Trail, is also flat walking. So we're going to see how this hike goes. It's 3.5 miles one way, 7 miles round trip, which shouldn't be too bad. Going to take my time, got some water with me, and I'm just going to enjoy the scenery and have a good day. So according to the sign, I need to bring about 6 water bottles with me. I have 3. So we'll see how I do on that and how far I get. The other thing is, this was such a spur of the moment trip. I only brought my camera backpack with me. Look at how rooty and rocky this trail is. Kind of wish I had my other backpack and also my trekking poles, but we'll see if I make the summit or not. This is my first real hike in a long time. Well, she said the first 2.5 miles were kind of flat. I don't know flat to who, but as you can see by the trail behind me, we're starting to gain some elevation. Camera really doesn't do justice to how steep some of this is starting to get. Okay, well, I'm looking at this map. Started out over here, made it over to the Hinckley Trail, which is only about a 1/4 mile. From here all the way out is about another 2.5 miles, and every so many feet I'm going to start gaining 100 feet in elevation, and it just keeps climbing all the way. So I don't know if I'm going to make the summit. we'll see how far I can get before I really have to turn around. But like I said, here's a good stretch, but after that point, I start gaining 100 feet in elevation. And then I got the ridge line. So this spot here where you gain really quickly, that's a half mile in itself. So I'm going to gain, looks like 800 feet in a half mile. That is a lot. So the trail does have a lot of people on it today. What I don't understand is the people that I've been passing and passing me are taking this trail with absolutely no backpack and no water bottles. I hope they didn't leave their water bottles out on the trail, but I don't know how you do a hike this long without any water or water bottles. You either got to be crazy or totally conditioned. Okay, according to the map, this is where you start gaining 100 feet every few feet. So if I can get through this and the red spot trail, it should be a good to get to the summit. So we'll see what my body takes me, but we'll see what my body says, but I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of breaks if I'm going to be gaining 100 feet every few feet. I don't know if the camera's doing this justice about how steep it really is. Alrighty, well, met up with a couple guys on the trail who said it's still another 2.5 miles from here to the summit. He said it gets a lot steeper than what I've been climbing so far. He said there are some point that there are boulders and I'm going to have to be down on all fours to get up them. And he said it's a steep scramble up the boulders. Unfortunately, my body is not ready for that. This is like my first rail hike. And I do mean rail, like hilly mountainous hike, in 2.5 years since I re-injured my back and my sciatica started giving me problems. So I think I'm probably at the point now that I'm probably going to call it. As much as I would love to get up there, my body is just not ready for it. I've been hiking probably for about 2 hours already. A little less than halfway there. Think of another 2 hours to go straight up rocks, and then another 4 hours back. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to head back, check out some other scenery, and I feel like a failure. I'll admit, I feel like a failure. I paid $15 for parking. I really wanted to go to the summit, but I know my body, and yeah, I'm just not going to be able to make another 2.5 hours. 2.5 miles. Well, probably about 2 hours. 2.5 miles straight up rock. So yeah, I'm gonna have to call it. I feel like a failure, but it's a beautiful day. You know, God is good. He let me do this. He let me get out, let me see some scenery. So I'm gonna go check out some other areas and head back. Okay, straight down from here. On my way back. Feeling like a failure, but after a respiratory cold, I can feel in my lungs and I'm just not gonna push it. Not gonna push those climbs today. really, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, it would have been nice to see the summit, but not today. I'm just glad that, you know, everything I've been through probably in the last 2.5 years and the additional stuff over the last 10 years, I'm just glad to be out here. Truthfully, I could be like a lot of people my age, just sitting on the couch, complaining of the aches, pains, tiredness, miseries. But instead I'm out here, so I'm grateful to God. Grateful to God for this day. Grateful for Jesus, for the sceneries. Just totally grateful for everything. Time to go get off this trail and see what other scenery I can find in the Jaffrey, Bennington. I heard Bennington's a nice little town, so I'm probably going to go to Bennington and pick up some lunch and then see what else I can see around this area. So the other thing is, I had posted on my Facebook outdoor page and my Facebook account that I kind of felt like I failed not doing this hike, even though I was grateful to get as far as I did. People will come back and say, dude, that is not an easy hike. They rate that as moderate, but that's really a tough trail, especially once you start getting closer and closer to the summit. They said that is like a real tough trail to tackle. Explains why a lot of people I'm seeing out on this trail are probably about 40 years old and younger. I only ran into one older couple. I'm 56 myself, so yeah. People are telling me that this Mount Monadnock is not an easy hike to undertake. So, just grateful for what I did. Alrighty, well, if I would have made it, I would have been up along that ridge line, or probably more over to the left. Now, this is a nice view from here. So if you notice, this picnic table has a section cut out of the bench. That's so you can get a wheelchair in there. They got it on both sides. More and more places are making it wheelchair accessible, which is great. I think they everywhere should do that. Bennington, New Hampshire is supposed to be a quaint little quiet town. Not supposed to not be too far from here, so I think what I'm going to do is, once I get to an area that I get internet connection again, I'm going to put in my GPS Bennington and probably see if there's a place that I can go find lunch, because it is 2:20. Really did not have much of a breakfast, just a couple of small snacks. Although I'm not really that hungry, but I probably should eat because I've been known to go all day without eating, and yeah, I probably should eat. So let's go find lunch. On the way to Bennington, I spotted this little general store and ended up grabbing a buffalo chicken sandwich there. I don't think these railroad tracks are in service anymore because literally this is a trail. This is the map back there said this was a walking trail. And there's a little free library over here. You got a bench, another waterfall, so possible these tracks are not in use anymore. I'm at the Lake Sunapee region in New Hampshire. Camera is probably not showing it, but it is starting to get dark, so I'm gonna have to head it on home. This is gonna end the video for this trip, and I got about a 3-hour drive home, so it was a good trip. Really glad I got up here. Really wish I could have made the climb of Mount Monadnock, but that's a tough climb. Everybody said it, and I just didn't make it on this trip. So maybe next time I'll be better in shape and to be parking at the shorter trail that didn't add so much to the route. But we'll see you in the next video.